doing much better than they did on Sunday, when they were rather disappointing in their encounter with Central Districts. As Ken told you, just 8 points separating the two sides. South Adelaide led by 13 points at quarter time and then by 5 points at half time. They've increased that to 8 points. They've had some good players. Darren Troy again has been in good touch for them, as has Daryl Hewitt. Daryl Hewitt, the main kick getter for South Adelaide in that first half. Here's a long shot in towards goal. It's offline and just a point, so South Adelaide progressed to 8-8, leading Sturt 7-5. Daryl Hewitt, as I said, had 10 kicks. So did Philip Wool. He was a very fine player. And the ever-elusive Paul Martin had 8 kicks and 2 handballs. So that's the situation here. South lead now by 9 points. Let's take you to the game with Ian Aitken.
David McKechnie, a young, tall ruckman for Sturt, kicking the ball down around the grandstand side of the oval. Steve Bickler, who's playing at centre-half back this evening, normally plays in the forward line at centre-half forward for South Adelaide. Don Scott last week tried players out of position, and he's continuing along with that tonight, with Steve Bickler being at centre-half back. The umpires picked out a free kick. He whistles it on, and now he whistles it on again, as it's going to be taken away by Blues' Jamie McPhee. Painter's got the opportunity to take the ball in towards Wilmot, coming out on a long lead, and Wilmot has kicked 3 so far. The other goal scorer for Sturt is Colin Graham, who has booted 4. So now it's Ian Wilmot, who can kick the distance, and it's going to go awfully close. It comes off Michael Graham's hands and goes through for a point. 7 goals 6 is Sturt, trailing South 8 goals 8.
It's Mervyn Kane, the new Sturt coach. Was Sturt beaten in their first game too, again the match at Lobeth Hall, so he'll be hoping for success tonight up against his former Victorian compatriot in Don Scott, both new coaches to South Australia. Fry has the ball for the Double Blues, and they're into attack. Oh, that's a great mark under extreme pressure by Brad Evans. He's hurt by the looks of it too, but young Evans, holding his left arm, has done some good work tonight. Hasn't quite finished it off because of poor disposal. We saw him have a shot for goal from only 15 metres out early in this third quarter when Michael Graham gave him the opportunity and he missed. So he's got the chance now to atone. Stewie Palmer preparing to come onto the ground for the Panthers. The kick is on the way. It's into the square. Brooksby. The handball is to David Martin, and South Adelaide are out of trouble.
Down to Paul Martin, his brother, kicking down towards the centre wing, outer side of the oval. Warren's across there, and taking possession of the ball for South Adelaide is David Kapler. Boots down towards Christie, can't get to it. Andrew Downs went up in the air there, couldn't take the mark. Very quickly beset upon by Christie, who is appealing for a free kick. The umpire is not going to have anything to do with it, so a very quick transference of play sees South Adelaide in the opportunity now to extend their lead. Slattery has a snap at the goals, but it's going to be relieved and taken away here by Graham Hughes of Sturt. Warren, recruited from Port Adelaide. Chance now for Smith, coming clear, kicks in towards the centre of the ground, and the opportunity now for David Martin to take the ball forward. Now towards the square, comes off hands. Here's the opportunity now for number 30, Tony Holt. He's booted 1 point so far, kicks on its way, but relief for Sturt, and the kick will be taken and the relief will be given through the area of Andrew Downs.
Bouncing out of defence come the Blues. Downs gives it to Ford. Ford's kick is penetrating towards centre wing. Oh, but that's a strong mark in front. Got his head pulled off too, did Darren Kapler. But he was in the right position. Number 11 for Darren Kapler. Slides off the side of the boot. Troy, who's gone quiet just of late, is on the bottom of the pack, and there'll be a bounce.
Already the Kapler brothers, David and Darren, are attacking strongly for South Adelaide, and across centre, David Dewhurst also is dominating for them.
Comments from David Mackay. Tap forward Hewitt. Clever work by Fry. Went for the safety of the boundary. Had an anxious look back at umpire Darryl Schramm to see that he wasn't going to be infringed. And there's Eddie Fry, obviously feeling the temperature here today. Temperature about 26 degrees, but it is very, very humid, and players will find it very trying by the end of the night. Free kick has been paid. It's going the way of Sturt's Jim Derrington. He's in the back pocket, and for the moment at least he'll kick them out of trouble.
Derrington looking down for Painter, finds that player. Painter gets support and kicks long down towards the half-forward flank. Stewie Palmer up there couldn't take it. Here's the opportunity now for getting across to his teammate Todd Viney. Has a shot, and it's straight, and it's true, and that's his first. And Sturt look a better pack tonight. They trail by 2 points. They're 8-6 to South Adelaide, 8-8, and we're just up and towards the 21-minute mark of this, the third quarter.
Well, the local Linden Park boy bursts through, receives the handball on, bounces once, lines up the goals and kicks it through. And he's going to be a good find for the Sturt club already with his first goal, but he's impressed earlier in the night, and he could be a find for them.
7 kicks, 2 marks, 1 handball for Todd Viney. South by 2 points. Darren Harris, 16 for the Panthers. Opportunity for Paul Martin. Good control. A hurried kick puts it in towards centre half forward. McPhee and then Fry, but only as far as Harris. Harris for the Panthers, thumps it long, thumps it beautifully. Oh, what a goal! A magnificent goal to Darren Harris, his second, and the Panthers go clear now by 8 points.
And he's very happy with that kick. Jim Derrington tried to smother. As we see the replay now, Harris attacks goals. An attempted smother by Derrington fails, and the ball goes sailing through the goals for his second. And South now 9 goals, 8-62, just leading Sturt 8-6-54.
Don Scott, Riley just wiping the mouth. And I guess the lips would be a bit dry at the moment. His side looks a better team tonight than it did last Sunday against Central Districts, as Martin gets it across to World. World looking for the opportunity to kick effectively down ground. Knocked away from Schneebichler, but Schneebichler was pushed in the back. Andrew Downs doesn't agree with the decision from the umpire, but John Schneebichler now playing at centre half forward, or in the forward line, full forward possibly. He started off at centre half back. A very experienced footballer is John Schneebichler, 162 games to his credit. 6 kicks. Schneebichler's kick is okay. It's through for a goal.
I think we can see now the value of John Schneebichler down forward for South Adelaide. They've tried him at centre half back tonight, and Colin Graham's been able to get away from him and kick 4 goals, but now into attack. A strong work up forward. He sets himself for the mark, interfered with by Downs far too early, takes the free kick, and of course kicked truly.
So South Adelaide then by 14 points. An anxious looking Mervyn Kane sits alongside new chairman of selectors Jeffrey Motley. And Kane would be just feeling that this game could be slipping out of their grasp. They trail now by 14 points. We've played 2 minutes of time on in the third quarter, as that kick is just offline, and a point. So South Adelaide 10-9. In this quarter they've added 3 goals 5, while the Double Blues have managed 2-1.
Andrew Downs to bring the ball back into play for the Double Blues. Of course, as we've said earlier in the commentary, Sturt lost last week, and there's a good mark taken by Sturt's Jamie McPhee, a youngster. Of course, South Adelaide lost last week as well, so the 2 ex-Victorians, the coaches of their respective sides, one must have a win and one must have a loss, presuming, of course, there is no draw. Darryl Hewitt taking possession of the ball, switches direction looking for Dewhurst, finds that player. Craig Dewhurst plays on, gets tackled very quickly. Whittlesey's there, there's a siren. So at 3/4 time, it's South Adelaide 10 goals 9, leading
to the final quarter. Ian Aitken.
Immediately South get the ball into attack, but it's interrupted here by Warren. Though it's Harris now underneath the fall of the ball. He directs play looking for Troy. Troy has kicked a couple so far in the game for South Adelaide. Darren Troy booted 2. He was very effective in the first quarter. Didn't see quite so much of him in the third quarter, but the ball is on the outer side of the oval at the moment. Both of these sides in the first round of the Escort Cup competition were defeated. Here's the opportunity now for Irvine. Spins very cleverly, but equal to the opportunity. There was good pressure put on Irvine on that occasion, and a point is scored for South Adelaide.
10-10 then the Panthers lead Sturt 8-6. Just 1 minute into this final quarter. Len Warren, the former Port Adelaide defender, kicks wide and finds Eddie Fry. Joining us now in the commentary box is Rick Davies. Rick, you'll be much pleased with the performance of Sturt tonight.
Exactly, Das. I think that the players are going in very, very hard indeed, and I think that the pressure that they're putting on the South Adelaide opponents is really coming off because their kicking is very much astray.
Impressive debut by Todd Viney. He thumped that one in towards half forward. The evergreen Michael Graham gets caught without the ball. And now a chance for the Panthers. Always seems to be on his own, does Paul Martin. Traits of Ron Haitley. His kick towards the centre of the ground, beautifully read off hands by Dewhurst. Dewhurst kick in towards full forward area. Slattery for the crumbs, but getting there first was Ford for the Double Blues. He gets it in the direction of Downs. Ford does well to butter up. Now it's Jamie McPhee, and the pressure is off the Double Blues.
Down towards the centre-half forward position and immediately to go into attack, but it'll be intercepted here, and it's good work by Honour. He feeds out the hand pass to David Martin. Martin in turn down ground, and Wold takes the mark under some pressure from Zubranik. Wold didn't play last week, and he's another South Adelaide player to put a bit of bite into the Panthers tonight as they work the ball down towards the half-forward flank. David Kapler's across there. He's been a busy footballer all night long. Of course, his brother Darren is there as well, but the ball for the moment is at centre-half forward.
South Adelaide seem to be moving the ball better than Sturt in their forward lines, and this is sort of setting up more scoring potential.
16 points, the lead. Umpires tonight are Darryl Schramm and Jeff Bowles. That's Len Warren. Graham. Colin Graham, that is, caught around the neck, and he'll take the free kick in the centre of the ground. He's booted 4 goals. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. And this is his 9th kick, and what a thumping one it is too. In towards the full forward area, eludes everybody. Can Fry get there? The ball sits nicely for him. Trouble now as he's caught, slips a handball back. Chance for Viney, not a good kick, and the ball will go out of bounds in that right forward pocket. Well, a great opportunity there, Rick. Unfortunately, young Viney, he's won the ball well, but hasn't been able to finish off his work.
Probably Eddie Fry went the wrong way too, Das. I thought that he spun the wrong way. Should have gone towards the goals, and then Viney wouldn't have had to worry about it.
Well, Viney at the moment trying to get a kick in, but the umpires picked out a free kick, and Viney might get the opportunity. Now he's booted 1-1 in the game, and he's been a useful contributor. There's no doubt about that this evening, and one of the younger brigade for Sturt. 10 kicks from Viney. The distances should not be beyond him. He should make it. The accuracy will have to wait. It's a fine kick off the boot, but it's across the face of goals. It wasn't straight enough, it was long enough, and it's through for 1 point.
Young Todd Viney's going to be a real star of the future. His aggression at the ball. He gave up a very important tennis career to take up football.
Brenton Honour now for the Panthers. Had Palmer loose, but ignored that. Instead, the ball has been marked at centre wing by Painter. Painter gives it to Graham Hughes. It's over the head of Fry. Strong work by Yates, but he's caught and has gone. Ping for holding the ball. The free kick again will go to Viney, and a feature, Rick, of his game has been his tackling.
Certainly has, Das. He really goes at the ball, and he really makes sure that when he tackles that they just don't get away.
11th kick on the way by Viney. He's 50 metres out from goals. It's going to go awfully close. Pack sets itself. Brooksby's up there. It comes the way of Wilmot, and Wilmot booted his 4th.
That was a bad mistake then by the South Adelaide defender in Brooksby then, because they had 2 players up.
Yes, indeed, but Ian Wilmot booted his 4th. We see the kick come in from Viney. Almost got to the line. Now keep your eye on Wilmot. Very quick thinking. Off the hands of the pack, read it well, and thumped it through for his 4th, as Ian told you. Sturt 9-7 now, Trail South 10-10.
9 points the difference. The Blues have got a big show here tonight, and they've opened up in the first 5 minutes of the last quarter of the second round of the Escort Cup Championship, and they've opened up very well. Didn't see them last week when they lost to West Adelaide at Lobethal, but I've been impressed with what I've seen so far tonight. As the ball's come off the pack, Stewie Palmer's in there, also Darryl Hewitt. Goes the way of Darren Kapler to his brother David, the former captain of South Adelaide. South Adelaide are yet to appoint a captain. Stewie Palmer was the one last year. It goes through the hands of Martin, picked up by Smith. Good smother, excellent smother taken there by the South Adelaide Phil Brooksby. Well, it's not Phil Brooksby. In fact, it's Kapler, Darren Kapler.
Neither side giving anything here, and it really is a physical game, but it's been very good.
9 points separates the two sides. Graham Hughes, the former Norwood defender, gets it to Pake. Pake to Painter. That attacking move came undone because there was just one too many handballs, and there's a bit of tough stuff going on there. When Warren's right amongst it, and Brenton Honour, number 27 for South Adelaide, comes out pushing. Darryl Smith. 43 for South Adelaide was Yates, taken off the pack by Graham with his right foot, bangs in towards goal. Oh, what a great goal, Colin Graham. That's his fifth. A marvellous effort from him at centre-half forward. His 10th kick, and Sturt now are only 3 points down.
Well, Colin Graham goes either side. He goes onto his left, he's kicked a couple on his left, and he's kicked a couple on his right. And if you can see here on the replay, he seems just as easy running onto that right foot, and he pops through a magnificent and much-needed goal by the blue side.
Lovely balanced player. 3 points the difference now as the Blues come storming home. South Adelaide, of course, the experts at night football. They won the Escort Cup last year as the ball comes out of the centre of the ground. Viney's across there trying to gain possession of the ball. Down towards Graham again. That's Colin Graham. He's at everything tonight. He's really switched that forward line on for Sturt. He's tackled. On this occasion, it's Palmer, the very experienced old campaigner. And I don't say that unpleasantly. Trying to gain possession of it is Dewhurst, but there is no mistaking the fact that Stewie Palmer been a wonderful club man for South Adelaide. He's been around a long time and he's played many, many games.
39 for Sturt. At the bottom of the pack is David McKechnie. There's been a free kick awarded. It's going South Adelaide's way, and in fact a 15-metre penalty to boot. The kick towards centre wing on that outer side. Another infringement, and again it's South Adelaide's way. The offender on this occasion was Gary Ford. Tony Holt it is out there who'll take the free kick for South Adelaide. Holt, who's been playing at centre half forward for the Panthers. The wind blowing up here now at the moment at Football Park. Conditions, as I told you before, it was about 26 degrees and very humid. Now this southerly breeze coming in, and this would be aiding Sturt and probably worth about 3 or 4 goals to them at the moment. Dewhurst chips away and finds Snebickler at centre half forward.
Not better play in the forward lines from South Adelaide. They seem to be making the ball work for them as Martin comes in for a certain goal.
Well, it's well called by Rick Davies. I wouldn't have been quite as positive as that, as calling it a certain goal, but he did it, and he did it well, did Martin, and that's his first. And South Adelaide move away to 11 goals 10, Sturt trailing 10 goals 7.
Here comes Snebickler, beautiful hand pass over to Martin. He evades the Sturt player in Lenny Warren, sets himself up as he can every time and shoots through a beautiful goal.
Yes, well-balanced player is Paul Martin. Very fast, very elusive. And that's his 15th kick. 6 handballs, so 21 possessions to Martin. He's been a fine player. The Panthers now 9 points in front as we approach the 9-minute mark of this final term.
Harrison Wold combined very cleverly, but it's Michael Graham, and very quickly away goes the speech to Darren Kapler. He's had a couple of bounces. He's now in range. He lines up the goals, and it's on its way. Effort straight. They have done well. It's not. They're offline, and that's 1 point off the boot of Darren Kapler. But a very quick movement of play out of the centre of the ground.
Indeed it was, and it was a beautiful shepherd by Tony Holt too that allowed Kapler to get that third bounce in. He was able to steady, but unfortunately just offline. Gould. Dewhurst, David Kapler, met solidly by Jamie McPhee. Zubernick's on the ground for the Double Blues. And finally it's Viney. Geez, a talented player is Viney. Pake. Graham all alone. How many times has that been called in the last 10 years? Streaking forward goes the flash. It's a powerful kick, beautifully timed kick. But unfortunately it's just offline. 10-8 the Blues. 11-11 South Adelaide.
Excellent standard of football here in the opening game as the ball is brought back into play by Brooksby to Hewitt. That's Darryl Hewitt. Glenn Hewitt couldn't make the grade tonight because of injury. Pack of players, Martin it is for South Adelaide. Slattery there as well, but it's Martin coming in for his 15th, 16th kick in actual fact. as he kicks down towards centre half forward. The light's now starting to have some effect at Football Park as David Kapler shielded his eyes. It's Whittlesey pushing the hand pass back, kicked down in towards the centre of the ground, but it's Darryl Hewitt is underneath the fall of the ball, and he'll push South Adelaide forward, going around the outer side of the oval. Shane Butler there, haven't seen him. It's his first run tonight.
Here's a chance for Butler again as he gets it in the direction of Dewhurst. Dewhurst supported by Snabickler. Fine touch by Snabickler, gives it to Troy. He's gone too slow. Arguing with the umpires. Rick said that he punched it, but there's no doubt he was gone for holding the ball.
Holding the ball clearly there, and here that what the supporters all love to see. Michael Graham in full flight. And if we can get him down the forward lines, kicking a couple of goals, it'll make all the difference.
McKechnie's long kick is towards half forward. There's been a free kick played. It's going Sturt's way. Umpire Schramm, Darryl Schramm, officiating with Jeff Bowles.
Done a pretty good job tonight too, Dars.
Yes, both umpires have umpired well. It's been a fairly easy game for them, as this shot is swinging offline, just a point. So 10-9 the Double Blues, 11-11 South Adelaide. We've had a top start to the 1985 Escort Cup. 1 point victory and then a 2 point victory last week, and Ian Aiken, this game is threatening to be close once more.
Well, it certainly is, and it's Darryl Hewitt taking the ball away. Wool is trying to break clear and doing it well as Kapler. Butters up and takes it yet again. Whittlesey is there for Sturt. Directs the play forward, looking for Painter, and Painter does very clever work to give it over to Graham. Graham alive in this last quarter. Oh, beautiful kick and a beautiful lead by Wilmot, and Wilmot had the front spot on Brooksby, and that's a superb performance by Wilmot, because Brooksby is one of the most experienced fullbacks in the league. Wilmot has booted 4, and so now a goal to Sturt would take them up to 75, and they would trail by 2 points. The kick is on its way by Wilmot. Have to wait for the umpire's decision. It's okay, and that's his 5th.
Top performance by Ian Wilmot there, out in front. Michael Graham streaming down the ground with the ball, put it out in front of him, and Wilmot took a beautiful mark and made no mistake with the kick.
Well, a strange feature of the Double Blues side as we watch this in replay, as Graham eludes well. Watch this pass, magnificent. Wilmot only had about half a metre on Brooksby, but it was enough to receive the pass, and he booted his 5th. Just 3 goal scorers, in fact, for Sturt. Wilmot 5 to Graham, and 1 to Todd Viney.
Remarkable performance, as Harris it is that gets it down, but it's Michael Graham. This is the Michael Graham of old. It's not a good kick on that occasion, though the pressure and smother was good. Wool will take it away for South Adelaide. Up goes Schneebickler, down goes Schneebickler. Zubernick's across there. Clever football by the defenders of Sturt, but it's Butler burrowing on the bottom of the pack and does it very well to Dewhurst. Oh, beautiful turn for Slattery, but again it's Grant Zubernick, the former Norwood footballer, kicking the ball around the outer side of the oval, looking across for teammate Painter.
He has it at centre wing. Centres it now. Oh, Graham left it unattended once more. So the will o' the wisp, Michael Graham, gets it to Todd Viney. Viney screws around the corner in towards centre half forward, but there's a good safe, solid mark taken by Philip Brooksby. Oh, a poor kick from Brooksby, atrocious kick, and it lobs straight in the arms of Darryl Smith. Well, Rick, how can a defender, how could one possibly kick that so bad?
Well, he was looking for the quick play on, and he just sort of blasted away, and Smithy happened to be right in the line of fire.
Kick from Smith will cover the distance okay, but has he got the accuracy? No, he has not. A point to Smith, and now there's just 1 point separating these sides. What a finish.
Well, it certainly is, and Wayne Slattery is on the sidelines there. He's perhaps just putting his mouthguard down into his fob pocket as we're waiting for Brooksby to bring this ball back into play. And bear in mind that last week Woodville won by a point and Port Adelaide won by 2 points, so these Escort Cup competitions are awfully close. Here's the opportunity now for the Sturt. They should level the score at least, but they won't, because Brooksby's there, cool as a cucumber in a crisis, and he'll relieve the pressure for South Adelaide.
Grandstand side looking for Michael Bennett. That's a good mark. All 2 major influences on this game in the last quarter. Todd Viney with 7 kicks, and Michael Graham for the Double Blues with 5. That's messed up by South Adelaide as Palmer tried to get it back to Bennett. Here's a chance. Colin Graham on his natural left foot centres it towards Eddie Fry. He's juggled and he's missed it. Oh, a great chance went begging, and now South Adelaide are out of trouble. Martin at centre wing ducked his head. Strong body work on the bottom of the pack. Michael Bennett, number 2 for South Adelaide. Len Warren, the former Port Adelaide defender, gets his kick under extreme opposition, but gets it only as far as Stuart Palmer.
A solid last full back line is this South Adelaide with Palmer and Brooksby there. Played a lot of football between them as the ball goes forward. Opportunity now for Sturt through Gary Ford to Whittlesey. Whittlesey showing good pace as he drives the ball right down in towards the square. Slipping back there and trying to gain possession of it is David Eye. He's awfully close to the boundary line. Back it goes to Eddie Fry, who loves to kick goals. Clever work there from Eddie Fry. Doesn't worry about the palm off. Has a snap. It'll go right across the face of goals, and there should be relief coming up here through Andrew Yates of South Adelaide.
Yates soccers off the ground. It's awfully close to the line and now out of play. We're approaching the 16-minute mark, so just 5 minutes plus time on to be played.
Loves those goals, does Eddie Fry, Rick.
Yes, he had an opportunity a couple of times there. He missed the easy mark, and then he had the chance to go for goal. He should have made a goal of one of them.
The kick into the pocket. Bennett. Diving on it was David Eye once more, but umpire Bowles comes in and elects to bounce. There's the Torrens room at the moment as they prepare for their clash with Glenelg that will follow this game in a few moments' time. And if it's anything like this game and like the 2 we saw last week, then we're in for a treat of football.
5 minutes plus time on to go in this game, so there's approximately 10 minutes left. And for the moment, the ball is bottled up in Sturt's full forward, right full forward pocket. They trail by a point. Wilmot's booted 5. Colin Graham in his debut of night football has booted 5. This is Michael Graham having a shot at the goals, and the scores are all square.
They're the sort of goals that can win a game, going out towards the boundary, and the Flash has been known to kick them at the very vital time.
Flash giving directions. With Brooksby a little uncertain which way to come. Finally goes short. That's not good football. Scores locked away, 77 points apiece. Sturt going with the breeze. Good smother by Michael Bennett. Desperation football from him, and that was what was lacking by the Panthers last Sunday when they put in a very dismal performance against Central District.
Full time, the timekeepers allow play to go on, and the first side to score will win. So we've got about 3 minutes left plus time on.
Darryl Hewitt. Irvine is number 29. Free kick has been paid and it's gone to Viney. What a top game he's playing. The kick forward now, and it's been marked by Stuart Palmer.
Well, of course, that interpretation applies to the final round, and it doesn't apply to the minor round. So in the actual fact that the minor round, it'll be square. But as the ball comes off the half-back flank that's taken by Martin here, out goes the hand pass, and South Adelaide will relieve.
Chance for Dewhurst at centre wing, and he takes the mark. So time ticking away. The Panthers will need to get on with it quickly. Dewhurst attempting to do that has won himself a 15-metre penalty. Len Warren stands the mark. The lead is from Holt. At the back, McKechnie takes a fine mark. A handball to use. Now Whittlesey. Zubranic's loose. So's Painter. So's Viney. Oh, great game, Viney. Brilliant football to Graham. This'll seal it as Graham bangs in towards goal, and he makes no mistake. Champagne football from the Double Blues. Rick Davies.
Started by Big McKechnie, went to Whittlesey, then over to Zubranik. Zubranik looked for Viney out on the outer side to Michael Graham, and there's the goal that could nearly seal the game.
Excellent football. It's been a marvellous last quarter by Michael Graham and Todd Viney. And here's the opportunity, here's the replay of both of those footballers. Over to Michael Graham, who has kicked many goals in his career in a magnificent performance.
Ian, do you think his legs come good after breaking it up in Darwin?
Well, it's been a wonderful comeback for one so elderly, a senior citizen as far as football ranks go. But here's Will trying to get it clear. South Adelaide, they won't lie down. Kapler, back to Dewhurst. Dewhurst having a long shot in towards the goals. Back there trying to gain possession of the ball is number 10 is Darren Troy. He's booted 2 is Darren Troy, but for the moment he won't get another one. Nearly, well, we are. 21 minutes have gone in the last quarter, so there's only time on to go. 1-1 the difference with Sturt on top. Sturt have trailed at every change in the game so far. Derrington's back there. It's paddled along. The opportunity now again for McPhee to bring the ball away for Sturt. Martin, who is a prolific kick-getter in this game tonight. He does it very, very well now. He gets clear of his opponent. He's been penalised for holding the ball.
I thought that was a very good decision there by the umpire, because Tim Paik at all times had control of the player.
Paik over to his teammates. Forward it goes. Wilmot was late. Eddie Fryer's there, and the South Adelaide defenders realising that there's a little bit of danger on their hands here. They'll cop a blast from Don Scott. They copped one last week when they lost the game, and they're in danger of losing tonight. We're into the time-on period as Fry read it well. Just slips off the side of the boot. Brooksby is pushed out of the way by Wilmot. Another goal here by Sturt would seal the game, and this is going to go close. Oh, what a goal from Ian Wilmot. That's a beauty, and that's his sixth. And Rick Davies, I think you could nearly say that Sturt will win this game.
Yes, I think you're right, Ian. I think that Ian Wilmot came out there. He contested there, and we see on the action replay here, he got it onto his left foot boot very, very quickly, and the ball was up in the air and had a chance. And the wind did a little bit, I feel, for a much needed, I think, the seal a goal.
Well, that really was a superb goal, and it's 90-77. So Sturt into the time on by a minute or so. Darren Harris did that very well over to Troy. The kick is high, wide and handsome, and in actual fact the wind has whipped it around a little bit. The opportunity now for the Blues to go forward. But now Kapler, David Kapler's got possession. Time running out for the Panthers as Kapler kicks it right down towards Schneebichler, playing in the forward lines at the moment. Slipping in there is Irvine, having a snap at the goals, but offline and through for 1 point. So South Adelaide are trailing. They led by 13 points at the first change, by 5 at the second change, and 15 points at three-quarter time. So Sturt around the outer side of the oval. And that's intelligent football, because as Frank Spiel is warming up and coming on the ground now for Sturt, but it's all Sturt at the moment as they're rushing the ball into their forward line. They've carried it from full back in towards the full forward position. It goes offline and through for 1 point. But Sturt are finishing on very well, Rick Davies.
Yes, well, Todd Viney then had the chance to put another goal into the bin. It just sort of went offline a bit, and I think that Sturt have got the game wrapped up.
Painter takes that, got on to Eddie Fry. Eddie Fry's fourth shot in towards the goals. Wilmot couldn't control it. Brooksby's up there. He really is a fine defender, is Brooksby, as he clears yet again, and he can't go past to Smith. Smith sees McKechnie unmarked at centre-half forward. He's found the big chap, and he has a shot at the goals, and the big fella hasn't been on the ground a lot tonight, but when he's been there, he's done it very well, and he's certainly buried South Adelaide on that occasion.
He's had a number of games. He played all of last year and the year before, and he's come of age now, and for Frank Spiel, he's going to be well back up. As you see on your replay here, set himself up very well indeed, fired the leg straight through, and put Sturt into the lead with yet another goal.
Well, I'd be prepared to predict now that Sturt will win this game, 97-78, and there's only 1 or 2 minutes left as Jim Derrington got it over to Smith, and this is very encouraging for their coach, as Sturt are finishing on very well. They're kicking down in towards the forward pocket. Brooksby coming in for possession of the ball. Gets good support there from Bennett. Bennett looks out towards Todd. Finds that player. I'm impressed with this chap. Over towards Martin. Martin has had a fine game. On again as South Adelaide work it down through Would on across the right half forward flank. A long shot in towards the square. Down there is Schneebichler. Andrew Downs is there to put pressure on him as well. So is 29 for Sturt, who is Graham Hughes, and the Sturt defenders quite content to rush the ball out of play.
Well, the Sturt defenders have done a mighty job in this last quarter. They've been in front, and they've really contested the ball, and I think that they've pushed it away from the South Adelaide forwards and made it very hard for them to score.
The hierarchy of Sturt.
Be very, very happy, Ian. There's Motts and Mervyn Kane winning his first game for the Double Blues.
Yes, and it was a well-deserved win. Sturt 14-13, 97. Run out the victors over South Adelaide, 11 goals, 12, 78. So that really is a fine victory to Sturt.